Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Got a lot to cover on today's episode, but wanted to get started on a quick recap of the Miami Heat's loss last night to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Miami Heat lost 106-104 at home against the T-Wolves in a hard-fought battle, and I had no expectations going into this game. The Miami Heat have been shorthanded the past few weeks. It's been an up and down season, obviously, with the whole Jimmy Butler trade saga. So it's been rough playing against teams that have been above 500. The Miami Heat are now 9-22 against teams that are 500 or better, meaning that their win percentage is basically 40%. So there's a 60% or more chance that the Miami Heat are going to lose if they're playing against any team with a winning record. And the Miami Heat were playing a tough, hard battle. They fought throughout the entire game, and it was relatively close in the first half. And I think the Wolves were up by like maybe 8 or 10 at one point, but the Heat came back, especially in that third quarter and that fourth quarter, and they kept it close. But the Miami Heat, we see, were short of one extra star player and score that can help this team. And it's also tough not having Andrew Wiggins, who was the centerpiece of the Jimmy Butler trade, out for now, I think 4 or 5 games with this ankle injury. Like, I don't know what happened to him when he got hurt. And I'm surprised that like Jaime Jaquez, who had a really disgusting sprained ankle, has come back before him, which is kind of shocking. Jaime missed 2 or 3 games and he was back in the lineup. He didn't play a lot, but we need Andrew Wiggins because he's been solid, in those 3 games before the injury. He was scoring 23, 22, 17 points per game. Like, we need him as our third scorer, especially with Bam Adebayo playing some amazing basketball. So I do want to focus on Bam Adebayo as well. And this game, again, no expectations anytime the Miami Heat are playing a team that's 500 or above. If the Miami Heat are playing a team like the Chicago Bulls tonight that are below 500, I expect them to compete and most likely win, because the Miami Heat have a 70% win rate against teams that are 500 and below. They're like 19-9 or whatever it is against those teams. So they're beating these teams at a higher rate. So I'm expecting the Miami Heat to play better against the Chicago Bulls. They're going to play the Hornets next, but then after that, they're going to be playing like the Celtics and another team that's above 500. So in the next 4 games, I expect the Miami Heat to go 2-2. But either way, Bam Adebayo has been crushing it. Last night against the Timberwolves, he had 29 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. His efficiency is through the roof. When he was in that slump the first few months of the season, he was shooting 42%, which was a career low. He's never shot below 51%. He's closer to 50% now overall on the season. That's how good he's been doing the last few months, and he's been dominating. And it's unfortunate because it's not leading to victories, because it's just really him and Tyler Hero right now that Andrew Wiggins has been hurt and he's been out of the lineup. And his efficiency, though, has been amazing. He was 11 for 21 from the field. He only 1 for 5 from 3, but he's been better from 3 in the last few months. 6 for 7 from the line. He had 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. He was amazing. The Miami Heat were down by like 5 with 3 seconds to go. Duncan Robinson hit, or 8 seconds to go. Duncan Robinson hit an amazing 3 with 3 seconds left. And the Miami Heat got a turnover. They got the ball with 2 seconds left with an opportunity to win the game or tie the game. And Bam Adebayo took a 3-point shot, got fouled by Julius Randle, and they didn't call it because Bam doesn't have that all-star superstar whistle. And it was a tough call to make. Like, it wasn't egregious in my opinion, but it sucks that we didn't get that opportunity for Bam to get those free throws to seal the game. That would have been a huge boost in his confidence, even though he's been very confident of late. Tyler Hero was solid also. And outside of Tyler in the starting lineup, the Miami Heat didn't have much help. So Tyler played 39 minutes. He had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. So all around great game. 9 for 21 from the field. Not the most efficient game, but not as bad as the last game. 4 for 8 from 3, which was huge. He had some big threes in that third and fourth quarter to bring the Miami Heat back. He also had 2 blocks and 2 steals, only 2 turnovers. So Tyler was super solid. Good game for him. No one else really did much. I mean, Davion Mitchell is going to do what Davion's going to do. He's going to get you anywhere from 7 to 13 points. He's going to get you some rebounds. He's going to be playmaking, and his assists are up. So he had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. He's been shooting lights out from 3, which has been great. He only had 1 turnover, so great assist to turnover ratio. Pella Larson got the start. So this Miami Heat team has been, having funky lineups of late because of the injuries. Kevin Love also started. So him and Pella were really quiet. They didn't play a lot. It was 18 minutes for Pella and then 10 for Kevin Love. Haywood, Duncan played the most off the bench and were awesome off the bench. Duncan was great. He's been really good of late. He had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. He had 2 steals, hit some big threes at the end that kept the Heat in the game. Haywood had some really good defensive plays towards the end in that third and fourth quarter as well. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 4 for 7 from the field. He had 1 steal. So he was solid. So the Miami Heat played a tough matchup. Anthony Edwards was only held to 13 points. He was 4 for 10 from the field, but he did have 13 rebounds, 6 assists. So tough matchup for the Miami Heat. Like solid rotation and lineup for the T-Wolves. Their entire starting lineup had double digits. McDaniels had 13. Naz Reid had 15. Randall had 13. He had 13, 10, and 9, almost a triple-double. Conley had 15. DiVincenzo, 15 off the bench. Alexander Walker, 12. They were solid. So tough game. But anyway, I want to transition to Bam Adebayo has been spectacular, like I said, in the last few months specifically. Like in the month of February, he averaged 21 points, 10 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game, shooting 40% from 3. In March, granted, it's only 7 days in March or whatever it is, he's averaging 28 points, 12 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game, 1.5 steals. He's been spectacular. Post All-Star break, averaging 23 points, 9.7 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1.2 steals, shooting 36% from 3. We need help for Bam Adebayo. And Tyler Hero has been carrying this team offensively. Now that him and Bam are both playing well together, we need a third option, a real third option. And Andrew Wiggins is good, but I don't know if he's good enough with this build that we have. So I want to bring up a guy who I think could fit in with this Miami Heat team. So there was a report that came out yesterday saying that Domantas Sabonis is expected to seek clarity on the Kings' direction after trading De'Aaron Fox and also after not adding a lot of resources and pieces around besides DeMar DeRozan. And now, obviously, Zach LaVine, which should be an interesting fit. But league sources said that Sabonis, who has 3 years left on his contract for $140 million, is expected to seek clarity about the organization's plan in the offseason. Just as Fox wanted to know those or whose voice mattered most on key decisions and who the team owner might be trusting the most as counsel. Sabonis is known to have similar questions and could seek a trade if he doesn't get that clarity. So should the Miami Heat go after Domantas Sabonis? That is my question for you, Heat Nation. Would you guys be interested in Sabonis? So I think Sabonis on this Miami Heat team would be super interesting to pair him next to Bam Adebayo. We would have probably the best front court in all of basketball. This would not be the same as when Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins were dominating before Cousins got that Achilles injury, which kind of ruined his career. But if he is available, we need a new third star on this team after the departure of Jimmy Butler that can complement Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. And Sabonis is a versatile big who could fit perfectly, offering scoring, rebounding, and playmaking abilities that the Miami Heat need. He's not going to be that elite scorer, but the rest of his game would be huge. It could still allow Tyler Hero to be that alpha scorer, but having him in the front court with Bam Adebayo, like that versatility would be amazing. Both players are known for their playmaking skills. Bam is known for his defense. Sabonis is no slouch, but his IQ is renowned. His passing ability, those are traits that Miami Heat would love. Spo would love his philosophy, like Sabonis's philosophy, that is. Sabonis is averaging double-digit in rebounds. Like he is a double-double machine, kind of like Bam Adebayo. He would fit in with this Miami Heat culture and the team-first mentality. Sabonis is known for his relentless work effort and unselfish play. And so to acquire him, though, would cost a lot. It would be a combination of all of our draft picks, young players like Kalel Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Jovic, expiring contracts like Duncan Robinson's, like Wiggins would have to be there. If we can somehow keep Bam, Tyler, and Sabonis, that could be huge for the Miami Heat. And Sabonis, like if you look at his stats real quick this season alone, he's 28, so he's the same age as Bam, basically. He is averaging 19 and a half points, 6.2 assists, 14 rebounds, zero point 0.6 steals. He's shooting 43% from three. He's incredible. Last season, 19 points, almost 14 rebounds, 8.2 assists, one steal per game, shot 38% from three. If we can get him on this team, I know it wouldn't be the greatest fit, but that size that we would have in that front court with him and Bam, like two all-stars in that position that could both facilitate, that can both hit the three technically, who both can rebound and play defense. Like I would love Sabonis on this team. I don't think it's realistic, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think it would make sense to add him in this front court? Anyway, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.